Glen hunting Western Mass, and as you can see, I'm sitting in the woods. I'm out with Uncle Fred, and we are out scouting. It is less than 3 weeks to opening day, so you best be out doing your homework like we are. So we're out scouting. What are we doing scouting, and what have we found out? Number one, we are in a drought. We are in what is called extreme drought conditions, which is one level above severe drought conditions. These drought conditions, what are the effects? How does it affect hunting? These are the things that we're looking at. So brooks that normally have water in them are now completely dried up. So water sources are becoming very valuable. And if the drought continues into hunting season in the next 3 weeks, then water sources are going to be an important thing to consider when you're out scouting, placing your stands, or looking for a place to hunt. Pay close attention to water sources. If it changes, and it may, we may be looking at a humdinger of a winter coming up. That's quite a possibility, and that's my personal opinion. However, dealing in facts right now, we're out scouting. Why do we scout? Conditions change, land ownership changes, you might find posted signs. You might run into people that are hunting that have information, but the reason we've been out scouting is we want to see what's going on in the woods. We're locating food sources, we're locating water sources, and deer travel corridors. Now these deer travel corridors and deer patterns may change later in the year, but however, the food sources, they're not going to change. They're going to stay in the same place. The water sources, they're going to be in the same place. So it's important to get out, scout. Now is a good time of the year to touch base with people who gave you permission before to hunt their land. You don't know, maybe somebody new moved into the house. We're discovering places. We're out right now. We're finding that the power company is really locking down those power roads along the high tension lines, places that you use to access to get in deeper. Some of those places we're finding signs that say absolutely no trespassing. I'm going to put one of those in the video. Some gates we're finding don't have that sign, but so far we found some that do. We found posters, we found no hunting signs that weren't there last year. We found areas that were logged that have changed. We found land ownership that has changed. And stopping and talking with the neighbors, sometimes you'll get to meet the neighbor that you haven't met, and you might get permission to hunt the lot next to them. So it's important to get out there this time of year, find out what's going on in your stomping grounds, in your area, see if anything's changed, touch bases with those people you've got permission from, make sure that that's still a viable option, and get out in the woods, because it's really beautiful out there right now. It's a great time to be in the woods. Get out there, do your homework, find those food sources, find those bedding areas. Some of those things may have changed. And we're working on our rut report. It's going to be coming out this week. We're pretty excited about that. Field and Stream is no longer, well, they're doing their rut report, but it's a little bit different. So we're going to put out our own, and it's based on facts from Western Mass. This is my hunting journal. I've got notes in it, and I've got notes and videos that go back 2 years. So I'm going to be looking at that information and information from our pro staffers and guys in the group that keep notes. We're going to look at key dates, and we're going to supply you guys with key dates to be in the woods, hot days that if you're going to want to be in the woods, you know, one day or take 2 days off of work, we're going to try and give you a heads up on what those days are. Don't hold us to it as to our firstborn kids, but we're going to work really hard on it to put something out that's going to be worthy. So we were at R&R Sports Shop this morning. I got a heads up from Ken. He works there. Ken is a bow tech. He is a ninja. The guy is amazing. He does great work. We talked to him. He said, look, the biggest issue that they have with archers is something happens to their bow, it's in hunting season, they come in, they say, oh, we need parts, you know, you got to fix it, can you help me? You gotta, if you have an older bow, if you have older equipment, even if you have newer equipment, it's always good, have a new set of strings and cables. have a set of cams, have that backup stuff that you need for your bow. If you drop it out of your stand, which happens, you know, sometimes, have those extra parts so you don't have to depend on or hound Ken into trying to talk to the manufacturer. You can just go and say, look, this busted, here's the extra one, can you replace it? That'll save them a lot of headaches, that'll save you a lot of headaches. Crossbow users, I have a crossbow, there's a part that holds the arrow down. Order an extra one of those, have one of those. I've been in the woods, it's easy for a branch to get stuck under that, snaps off, boom, there you are without a crossbow. I've been out in the field and actually been able to call up my woman and say, hey, I need this part, it looks like this, and by the time I get to the house it's in her hand, I can put it on my bow because I've got it. You know, and if you don't have it and you're out in the woods and that happens, you're bumming. Especially if you've got older equipment. Ken says it could take the rest of the hunting season to get stuff for your bow. So have those parts, be prepared for stuff that happens, and get out in the woods, do some scouting. It's great out here. We're working on the route report. This is Len Kale, Hunting Western Mass. It's been great talking to you. This is field report number 1, October 25th. 2016. No, September 25th, 2016. All right.